Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to do a reading for what we need to work on healing and possibly how we can go about doing that. It's the 111 portal today, so be very, very careful of your thoughts. Manifestations are very high right now. So we're going to take a look at what we need to release to allow our manifestations to come in. This is the Good Tarot. I love this deck. I read it sometimes as, just like the Rider-Waite, and then I have an Oracle book for it as well. So today, if anything jumps out at me from the Rider-Waite interpretation, I'll go ahead and say that, but I'm going to reference the Oracle book, being that we are going for guidance and healing. All right, so let me just get them mixed up a little bit here. I kind of like the bigger cards sometimes, but they're hard for me to shuffle. My hands are so small. All right, Divine, what should we be as a collective working on healing? All right, thank you. Okay, so first off is the King of Pentacles. King of Earth. So definitely stability. Some of us need to get grounded. Some of you aren't feeling very grounded lately. Oh, thank you. All right. Yeah, and then the Nine of Earth or Nine of Pentacles. Six of Air or Six of Swords. Love. Five of Pentacles. Yeah, see, lots of grounding energy. We definitely need to ground ourselves and get a really solid idea of what it is we're trying to manifest. I feel like. All right, and one more, please, Divine. One more, please. One more, please. One more, please. There it is. Thank you. Oh, wow. We'll look at those. I'm not going to keep them out, though. So our one more is the Two of Wands. Okay, and then bottom of the deck is the Queen of Wands. So very, very passionate and grounding energies. That almost seems contradictory to say, but okay, so we have the big chunk that fell out. I'm not going to hold these out. I'll set them off to the side. But the Chariot, of course, bouncing, the white and black horses, balancing your energies, getting grounded, and then moving towards what your desires are. Here is also the Eight of Pentacles. So working towards what you're trying to manifest. The Nine of Air or Nine of Swords. Of course, that is creating illusions of problems in your life. Like getting too much inside of your head and seeing things that maybe aren't even there or interpreting things the wrong way. Also, it could be sleepless nights, something that's really bothering you, sticking with you, keeping you up late at night. And then the Queen of Air or Queen of Swords, she generally is honest and firm. The swords have to do with, look right underneath Justice. And then, so yeah, be sure that you're speaking your truth. You can't heal and manifest new things in your life if you're not being truthful with yourself and others. And then, of course, Justice, obviously implied by the name of the card, is to, I guess what I'm getting for this is to try to make sure that in your manifestations, you're manifesting what is best for yourself and anyone else who might be involved or become involved in the situation that you're manifesting. you know, sometimes, of course, you cannot manifest for other people, but sometimes you still have to take other people into consideration during your manifestations. You know, how things that you're manifesting might affect others, just like your actions do. And then we have the star. A lot of times the star can be a negative card. Most people don't read it that way. I certainly do not. I mean, stars, the North Star guides us, so I kind of feel like it's a hope and guidance. So if you're a little bit lost on how to manifest your desires, or how to release things that you feel like you're stuck or tied to or holding on to, seek guidance, either from your guides or angels, or, you know, you can always ask me if there's any way that I can help you. I definitely will. And then here we have the Ten of Pentacles. So more earth energy and abundance, lots of abundance. All right. So, yes, whatever is going on in your life, in your situations, in your relationships, that is causing instability, we need to find a way to come to terms with that, release the parts of it or all of the situations that do not serve us, so that we can become more grounded. And through doing that, becoming more grounded, then we will open up a door for abundance and be able more to manifest what we're trying to manifest in our lives right now. And then we have the Six of Air, or Six of Swords, is also speaking of moving forward towards your goals. So we need to leave the past behind us and move forward into the future that we're trying to create. Okay? And with the Love card here, I feel like people in situations need to be released with love. You can't really release things properly if you're still holding on to any kind of resentment, bitterness, or anger. So we definitely want to take a look at our thoughts as we're releasing things and as we're manifesting them. And then here we have the Five of Earth, or Five of Pentacles, which can indicate being left out in the cold or feeling alone or alienated. It also, in some cases, can indicate that there is help and guidance right there. I mean, they're standing in the Rider-Waite deck. They're standing outside of a church. So, I mean, obviously that would be a place where religious people would go to seek guidance and, you know, things like that. So, if you're needing help, ask for help. Do not ever be afraid to ask for help. Everybody needs help with something at some time in their life. And then the Two of Fire is the Two of Wands, which is, of course, fire energy, passion. And then a lot of times it's seen as a card of union, or looking out at the world, you know. So take a look at your world and decide what you're passionate about, what you want to carry into your new manifestations, your new life that you're creating, and what you need to release. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and take a look real quick and see what my Oracle book says for some of these. Yeah, see, the King of Earth is, you know, attracting abundance and wealth, yeah. And manifesting, yeah. So we need to get really, really grounded in what we're trying to manifest. That's, you know, confirmation, of course. And then we have the Nine of Earth is, yeah, being self-reliant and using your resources. You know, there's plenty of resources out there. There's other people you can talk to. You always have your guides and angels, even when there's no one else around or you can't get through to someone else. It's also in the Oracle book speaking of restraint and self-control. So we want to be very, very careful of what thoughts we're having. I know what we speak is very important, but also if you keep yourself stuck in a negative mindset, you're going to manifest those negative things into your life. So when you catch yourself thinking negatively about any situation in your life, you need to stop yourself and rewire your thought process into a more positive outlook on that situation. All right, and then the Six of Airs, yeah, you know, there's some changes that we need to make, obviously. That's what we're doing this reading for. And then, yeah, if you make these necessary changes, Spirit is saying that they will give you clarity. They'll give you more clarity if you... Some of you are being guided to do something or being pushed into the next phase of your life. If you willingly go with this guidance, then you will receive clarity and knowledge throughout the process. Yeah, and then the Love is, you know, again, confirmation for what I said. Speaking about separation is an illusion. So, yeah, we need to make sure that we're manifesting and releasing things with love, because it's going to not only affect you individually, but it's going to affect other people involved in these situations as well. You know, we all need to co-collaborate and help each other in the best ways that we possibly can. And if we're holding that resentment, anger, bitterness, anything like that, we're not going to be openly able to receive guidance from our angels and divine. We're not going to be able to give assistance to others when they need it. Or even ourselves, you know, that creates blockages within yourself as well. So, yeah, we definitely want to make sure that we are finding a place of peace and releasing things that do not serve us with love, and manifesting with love and for the greater good of mostly yourself, but others that will be involved as well. All right. And then, yeah, see, the Five of Earth is speaking of the illusion of lack, or saying that, you know, there's things that Spirit is giving you and you're not seeing them for what they are. Perhaps a situation you're looking at in a negative aspect instead of seeing the gifts that are being given to you through those trials and tribulations. You know, speaking from personal experience, I try to, and pretty much my whole life have tried to, anytime I'm going through any kind of hardship or even traumatic experiences, like during the situation and looking back, always try to see the positive in it. There could be very valuable lessons. There could be, you know, wonderful blessings that you wouldn't even notice if you didn't take the time to stop and look and actually see things for what they really are, instead of getting stuck in the negativity of the situation. And then for the Two of Fire is it, yeah, I mean, let that passion loose. Clear your energies, release what doesn't serve you, manifest your beautiful new life, and yeah, be creative about it. If you feel the need to, get a notebook and write down things that you need to release. A lot of people on the new moon, which on my calendar says the 13th, some people, it depends on where you're at when the new moon is going to happen, you know. But yeah, you can write down everything that you want to release. And again, positive words. Write down everything that you're wanting to release with love. And then on the new moon, you can actually burn that piece of paper, and it kind of helps you release those things so that you're not holding on to them. And then, yeah, just be passionate and trust in Spirit and divine, that even if the things that you're trying to manifest don't come to you right away, or don't come to you in the way that you expected, that doesn't mean that they're not going to come. You know, we are required to have faith. We are required to have faith in order to be successful in our manifestations. If you are just saying things and you don't have any faith, any belief that you really are manifesting those things, that you really are drawing those things into your life, that's going to have a great effect on your manifestations. So you definitely want to be firm in your belief that what you're calling into you will come when you're ready for it. Okay, and then the next deck I wanted to take a look at, and I love this deck, it is beautiful. It is so good for self-reflection and going within. And if I feel called to, I might reference the book for some of these too. A lot of times when I do an actual reading with them, though, I don't really, they combine together to put out a pretty good message usually. So I don't really have to, but every once in a while I do feel like, hey, there's something in there that you're not catching from looking at the cards. You should take a glimpse. Alright, one more, and then we'll go ahead and see what Divine gives us. Okay, Divine, so what do we need to take a look at within ourselves in order to release and manifest through the next few days? What do we need to go within and take a look at, please? What should we be asking ourselves as we release and manifest? Oh, that one is coming out sideways. Okay. Sarah LaCauley, Queen of the Outsiders. I have arrived. I am where I will always be in love. So, I kind of feel like she's just telling you that, where you're at is okay right now. Just love and accept it as part of your journey and embrace the good and, release the bad, of course, from the situation and move on. There we go. Thank you. Perpetua, the Saint of Authenticity. I am my authentic self in all circumstances. Yeah, so again with the speaking your truth, I believe that was in a previous reading that I did, but yeah, don't hold back parts of who you are to satisfy others. Be yourself. Have no problem letting go of things and people that don't serve you. Sometimes it is hard, but always benefits you more in the end. And have no problem speaking up for what you want and what you deserve. Alright, anything else? Get something on this Six of Air here. Moving forward, thank you. And Queen of Esther, the Morning Star. My ego is in service of my soul, and I trust my soul's divine timing. Yeah, so see, don't let your ego get in the way of releasing the things that no longer serve you, or trying to convince you that you're not going to get or don't deserve the things you're trying to manifest. There's no limit when you call upon God and your angels to help you. There's no limit to what you can clear, and there's no limit to what you can bring in. You are divine beings. We a lot of times get lost in the physical world and forget just how powerful we really are. All right. I'll go ahead and take those two sticking out. Mirabai, the Saint of True Freedom. Love is what sets me free. I am married to my own soul. Yep, see, I'm right on top of the love card too. Release with love. Let go of the bitterness, the anger, the hatred. And remember, just as when you release things, that you have to recognize that those were caused by someone else's wounds, then you have to try to take into consideration too that those people are reacting that way because of their wounds that were caused by someone else's wounds. We've been so many lives into existence that there's so much generational crap piled down on us, and that's a lot of you are being called to go into like deeper inner childhood traumas and even generational issues that have been passed down from generation to generation. So definitely, try to remember that those people are acting out of a place of pain as well, So, release them and the situation with love and, pray that they can find their way as well. There's no reason to hold resentment and anger against someone because that just continues the cycle. That's why they did things to hurt you in the first place, is because they haven't released that pain and that anger and they're acting out of it. All right, and then Kuan Yin, the goddess of compassion. I recognize suffering in order to release it. Curiosity breeds compassion. Yeah, I'm actually just going to move this over here because I feel like that also goes with, releasing with love. When we look at the situation from the other person's point of view, it does help us be more compassionate and understanding, like I said, as to why they behave that way, why they treat us that way. So yeah, just don't ever forget that, we all have light and love in us. And sometimes people get so clouded in the darkness and the pain and the anger that they forget they have that in them. So that really it's really a sad situation, and they don't need any more anger directed at them. They have plenty enough on their own. They really need love and compassion so that maybe they can begin to heal and break their generational curses or childhood traumas. All right, Divine. Oh, thank you. I didn't even get to ask a question. All right, Joan of Arc, the warrior of light. I have a steel-like faith in myself. The angel's armor, one with conviction. Oh, armor me with conviction. Sorry, I have really bad eyesight. Yeah, so when you set boundaries, when you release situations, when you release people from your life, do it with conviction. When you manifest the new things that you're bringing in, do it with conviction. Speak with your inner strength. Release those things from within. Don't do it half-heartedly. Okay? You can't just be like, oh yeah, I'm in love with this guy and he's toxic, so I'm just gonna release that, and you split up with him, and then a week later you're calling him on the phone begging him to come back. Okay, that's half-heartedly releasing. When you release wholeheartedly, and I'm just using that as an example, guys, but when you release wholeheartedly, you take a look at the entire situation and you say, yes, I love this person, I care about them deeply, but all they do is hurt me. This situation is not benefiting me, and it's not benefiting them in any way whatsoever. It is time to put it to an end. And at that time, then you can release it, and you can even still love that person. You don't have to be with someone or in communication with someone to love them. That would be conditional love, and true love is unconditional. That is one of the biggest things that people learn on the twin flame journey, and I think maybe even one of the hardest, because we as human beings automatically expect that when we give someone love, they're going to return that love. That is not true love. That is, I guess you could call it caring with expectations, though. Okay? True love has no expectations. True love is sending someone that message to brighten their day and not caring if they even read it or text you back. I mean, obviously you're going to care to some extent, but not letting it affect you in any type of way. Like, that you just did that out of the pure love, goodness, and kindness of your heart, and if they want to accept it, they can accept it. If they don't, they don't. But you did it because you love them. All right, and then Kadiha, the mother of believers. I am spiritually and financially abundant. I provide heaven and earth for myself. So yeah, again, with our manifestations, you create your own life. Don't put yourself in a place of being a victim. You are not a victim. No one in this world is a victim, okay? Even when bad things happen, they don't happen to you, they happen for you. Okay? People who can look at their traumas from that perspective are able to release and heal and grow and learn from that experience. They don't get stuck in the misery and the pain. That is victim mentality, okay? Don't be a victim. Don't be a victim. You decide. You decide if you let someone hurt you. You decide if you let someone control you. You decide if you let someone treat you poorly. You decide these things, okay? And if you decide that you're not going to let them, they cannot, okay? People only have the power over you that you give them over you. So reclaim your power and stand in your light and your love and manifest what's best for you and everyone involved in the situation. First and foremost, you, yourself. This is your life, your manifestations. You cannot manifest for anyone else. You can't manifest things for other people to do. It doesn't work that way. You know, you can manifest what type of person that you want to come into your life or something like that, but you don't get to decide if a certain individual brings certain aspects into your life. That has to be their decision. Now, you can manifest openness and a spot for an individual, but then you have to do that with also the understanding that they have free will and don't have to accept that. You know, they don't have to come in just because you have that spot open for them. Now, I'm not saying that they won't, but I'm just saying you cannot manifest actions for another person. So if you manifest anything and it involves other people, please, please understand that they manifest their own life. You have no control over anyone else, just like they have no control over you. So again, that kind of brings me back to be really, really careful what and how you're manifesting at this time. Now, if there's a certain person in your life and you want to manifest that person and no one else, then manifest with that intention that if that person doesn't take the offer, doesn't step into that opening, that you're perfectly okay with having no one or no one else. Or if you're not okay with that, then that you're perfectly okay if someone else would step in and fill that role and what characteristics that person would have and things like that. But you have no control over another individual. And when you try to have control over another individual and manipulate other people, that just brings bad karma on you. So you definitely don't even want to attempt that. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Black Madonna, the Lady of the Hermits. I transform pain and suffering into a greater capacity to love. So yeah, that's just confirmation, adding on to, find the goodness in things. There's always goodness, even if it's a lesson. Even if it's a hard lesson and you thought it was miserable, that lesson is going to bring you some kind of abundance, prosperity, success in the long run, and it will be worth it. You just have to see it for what it is. All right, and as I promised, we're going to use the beautiful Divine Messages deck I got from Angel Angles. I love it. I admit, messed with it a little bit since I got it. I might actually for a while just do like a reflection draw for myself. I might even I'll post some on, my page and in my group. But I try to use all my decks, honestly. Like, I've had people like, oh, can I borrow this one? Or even my younger sister, she says, well, look at all that you have. Can't you just give me one? And I'm like, well, I use them all. I'll just buy you your own. Because I get attached to them. Like, I don't use all of them every single day. At first I did, but I'm getting so many now that it's getting hard. But I do use all of them. I mean, I have, of course, I do a lot of twin flame and relationship readings, so I use my love oracles and my Rider-Waite tarot the most. But I also use, especially when I do my reflection draws, I love the Good Tarot and the Divine Feminine. And then sometimes I just feel called to use the Wawa Tarot or the Spirit Song Tarot, or I'll use them for clarification. Usually when I use those, though, I use those as my first deck, and then I'll use a Rider-Waite or an Oracle to clarify them But yeah, sorry, I don't know what brought that on that deck. All right, let's see. Okay, so we've taken a look at kind of what we need to heal, maybe even a little bit of how to go about that process. And then this deck is going to give us even farther insight into what we need to do in order to release and manifest with love and light and stability. All right, so I want to say maybe what we're lacking, but I don't really want to say lacking because that's a negative word. So I don't really know how to word it. You know what I'm trying to say, though. All right, let's see what we can get. Thank you. All right, a new skill. It says, your creator is giving you a gentle nudge to learn something new. What is it you desire to know, do, or be? You are divinely protected and inspired to move forward with that desire, dear one. Yep, see, so that's clarification for that right there. Again, if you're being pushed to do something, whatever's stopping you, whatever's holding you back, release that and go for it, because you're being called to do it for a reason. It's going to benefit you and it's going to benefit others. All right. Ooh, I thought that one was going to flip. Let's see what else we have here. What else can we do during our release and manifestation? All right, and then this one says fellowship. One of God's great gifts to you is to spend time with like-minded souls who inspire and uplift you. Perhaps today is a great day to make that connection. So, excuse me, if you feel the need to reach out to someone, whether you know them or you don't know them, do it. They might have something for you, or you might have something for them, or both. I feel called to people all the time. That's how most of you ended up following me in the first place, is I was scrolling down through and your comment, your post, your profile picture, something about you popped out at me and I felt called to respond to you or send you a message, reach out to you in whatever way. And every single person that I've reached out to has either helped me, I've helped them, or both. It's very important that we work together. Very important. We are built for that in this world. We're built for companionship, for, sharing with others and helping others. We help each other heal. Even when we don't realize it, we help each other heal. All right, and here, look, it's balance. Yeah, see? It says, beloved one, may you easily attain balance in all areas of your life. Letting go of those things which no longer serve you frees up more space for more goodness to flow to you. It is a balance of mind, body, and soul. So we're just getting so much confirmation here. And then savor. Yeah, see? Find the good in things. Savor the moments. Take some time to mindfully savor the goodness that you are experiencing. Paying attention produces joyful results. So yeah, don't forget to find the good in things. Even if the only thing you can find good in your whole entire day is the gentleman at the grocery store held the door open for you, that's good you found in your day. It doesn't matter how small it is. Sometimes the smallest things can bring the most joy. You just have to see them and appreciate them. All right, Divine, is there anything else that we should be focusing or reflecting on? Any other recommendations for our healing? Wow, thank you. All right, so here we have wholeness. Yeah, see, some of you might be afraid to step out on that new venture because you're feeling like you're not ready, or you haven't done everything that you need to do before you get to that next step. But Divine is telling you, it says, beloved, you are perfect, whole, and complete right now. Release that which no longer serves you to magnify all the goodness and grace within. See? And that's what the whole reading is about, is releasing what no longer serves us to make room for what we're manifesting. And then we have creativity here. You are a creative being. The creativity of the entire universe flows through you, beloved. Yeah, and then that also confirms, clarification on that. Two of Fire, Two of Wands is, telling you to be creative in your manifestations. There's no limit. And Mastery. When we release the fear of perfectionism and allow ourselves to attempt anything we desire, we learn it is perfect to do something imperfectly. Don't allow fear to paralyze you. You are protected by the divine. Okay, so yeah, whatever's holding you back from trying that new thing or going on that adventure, whatever's holding you, but don't let it. Release it and move forward. Okay? And then, and on the bottom of the deck here we have adventure. It says, beloved, a spirit of adventure could be calling to you. It is time to plan a little getaway. Is it time to try a new restaurant? Is it time to learn something you've dreamed about? Adventure is the spice of life. So yeah, don't let fear stop you or hold you back. Insecurities, release those. Accept that you're not perfect and you're never gonna be. There's people who, whatever it is that you're wanting to do, there's other people who have come and done it before you. So I don't know why Dawn came out. I don't know if that name means anything to anybody. But anyways, don't hold on to those negative thoughts. Just say, you know what? I'm going to go for it. And if I make a mistake, if I mess up, if I don't get it right the first time, guess what? I'm going to go for it again. Because that's what we do. That's how we learn. That's how we grow. No one became a professional the first time that they tried something. The only way to become good or professional at something is to fail at it first. Because through failure is how you learn improvement. All right? So ground yourselves. Take salt baths. Get out in nature. Just release the negative energy you're holding on to, that's surrounding you. Release past relationships, release past traumas, release anything negative that comes up to you. I feel like some of you are gonna have a rough few days. I'm so sorry to say that, but what comes after those rough few days is so worth it. It's so worth it. So if any of you need someone to talk to or guidance during this time that you're releasing, again, feel free to message me. I may not message back right away because I don't use my personal account to do tarot. I don't do it. Some people might think that I'm doing it to hide or whatever. I don't really do it for that reason. I do it because when I was called to do this, that's what I was told to do. And I'm seeing now, after I've been doing it, that I was told to do it that way for a reason. I'm a really, really high vibrational person, and I attract wonderful people, wonderful, amazing people. But at the same time, I guess you could call them bottom feeders, notice me too. And they're drawn to me as well. So by Divine telling me to set up an account just for the tarot, that is helping protect me from that, and it also helps protect my family and friends from that as well, because obviously I surround myself with other people who are of a high vibration. But yeah, so don't be afraid to let things go. I know it can be so hard sometimes, so hard. And I struggle myself with letting certain things go. I'm not perfect either. My guys told me, oh, do this. And I was like, I don't know if I'm quite ready. And they were like, yeah, you're going to learn while you go. So we all kind of, I feel like, are learning as we go. Accept your failures, accept the lessons in them. See the beauty of it. You tried. So what if you didn't get it right the first time? You did it. And that in itself is an accomplishment. So release that fear. Jump into that new thing. Go on that new adventure. do whatever it is you are being called to do. Release all the negativity and be creative about what you're bringing in, because there is no limit when you work with divine. Okay, guys, I hope that helps you over the next few days. If you need anything at all, just shoot me a message. Nothing but love and light to you, and God bless.